Welcome everyone for our next session of Travel Diaries. In this session, Arun Mam and Sheela Pachi, Arun Kallianpur and Sheela Kallianpur will be taking us across Malaysia and Bali. So I'll hand it over to them for the presentation. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I'm Arun Kallianpur.
I'm Sheela Kallianpur.
And we are going to talk about Bali and Malaysia. We were also supposed to talk about Thailand, but we found that Thailand itself takes almost 1 hour. So with Bali and Malaysia, if we had included Thailand, it would have gone to at least 2.5 to 3 hours. So that's why we will take Thailand maybe separately if we get an opportunity again. So let us start talking about Bali. I'll share my screen. This where? Can you see my screen?
Where, Ma'am, this?
Okay, so let us start with Bali. Actually, last so many years, maybe 15 or more years, we have been traveling to India maybe at least every alternate year or at the most once in 3 years. And always we used to go directly to India, directly to Mumbai, because my family is in Mumbai. Then we used to go to Bangalore because Sheela's family is in Bangalore. Then we used to go to Udupi because we like South Canara, and then come back. That was always the case. Then what happened was when I was working for Varian Medicals, I got an opportunity to go to Paris for a project, which means I spent, both of us went together and we spent nearly 1 month in Paris. So that just, triggered a feeling in us that, the world is not just Mumbai, Bangalore and Udupi. There are other places also. So now we have started traveling to other places also. Of course, always on the way to India. Ultimately, we'll end up in India, but we used to stop over at few places. So last time we talked about, I think about 6 weeks back, we talked about our visit to New Zealand. Then about 3-4 weeks back, we talked about our visit to Australia. And this time, we thought we will cover Bali and Malaysia. So this was about, I think in 2015, we went to Bali. So we took a flight from San Francisco to Bali. Actually, it shows San Francisco to Bali, but being little selective about the food, we didn't want to travel by the airlines like American Airlines or United, which had a direct flight to Bali. So we went by Singapore Airlines because we like Singapore Airlines food and also service. So we went to Singapore and we had a stopover of some 6 hours. Yeah, and then switched airlines and then went to, same Singapore Airlines, and then we went to Bali. So this is, it says, I don't know, 1,060 miles. Oh, sorry, $1,060 it is, okay. But we went via Singapore, okay. So this is the plane we went by. And let me start the presentation. So we landed in Bali, and this is the gate of the Bali airport. As I think everyone knows, hopefully, that Bali is a Hindu island in a Muslim country of Indonesia. And Hindu religion is practiced and very, very strictly, you can say, or everyone follows Hindu traditions, Hindu culture, and Hindu food, of course. So even the airport, if you see, the airport gate is built like a temple. And of course, I just wanted to say one thing. If anyone is interested in going to Bali, there is we used a car. We booked a car for 1 week through a person known as Puttu Sadana. And he is this person standing next to Sheela is his brother. Unfortunately, we forgot his name. So, but this Puttu Sadana has about 15-20 cars, and then his rates are reasonable in terms of dollars. And they also, take good care of us. I mean, they explain everything. They take you to all the places worth visiting. Even if you don't know anything about Bali, you don't have to worry because they will at least show the important sites.
And normally, before visiting any country, we make a sort of research, like what places to be seen before we leave from here. But these brothers, there are 5 or 6 brothers running this company with 15 cars, and well-maintained cars, beautiful, spacious cars. And main thing is they speak English, and you don't have to do any research, because every day they form a sort of timetable, like where to take us.
Next day.
And yeah, every day, they tell you tomorrow where they are going to take us. And very good explanation by these men. And they tell you each and everything, like not only about the restaurants, the temples, the mountains, the flora which you find there. They also tell you about which restaurant is good for the food that we like. So every detail they take care. So that's one thing which we liked about this brothers. And there were very good reviews about them on the internet, so we chose them.
Okay, yeah. So once you come out of the gate, this is how they traditionally welcome guests, by offering garlands. I mean, these two typically, Balinese dress ladies, they just welcome you and offer you the garlands. And then you go out of the airport, and we went by the car, of course. And the one feature we wanted to tell you right in the beginning is that, as I said, Bali is Hindu, and they are proud to be Hindus. So, once you step out, as soon as you step out, in fact, you can see the difference. When you start driving, the intersections don't have a statue of Mayawati or Rahul Gandhi or Rajiv Gandhi, but they have all this, huge statues of Rama or Krishna or all the Hindu gods. So this is what we noticed as soon as we came out and started driving towards the.
Yes.
So this is how Rama welcomed us into Bali. And then one more thing I just wanted to speak before proceeding further is that, as soon as we started driving and when we neared the city, our driver told us that, okay, if you want to convert your currency, I'll take to a good place. So we went to a sort of a small bank, and for $200 we converted, and we got 3 million rupiah, rupiahs. So we are very happy that we got 3 million. So we again got into the car, and we told him that, can we have tea somewhere? So we went to a small place where we had tea, and then we found that each cup of tea cost 100,000 rupiah. So the conversion rate is huge. And of course, now what has happened is they have dropped the last three zeros. So when they talk of rupiah, now they talk of, if they say 5 rupiah, which means 5,000 rupiah. So that is how the currency has, the conversion happens. Now, then first halt was a temple.
Goa Lavaha. It's called the Temple of the Mouse Bats. It's called Pura Goa Lavaha. And in Malay language, in Bali language, Pura means temple. And Goa, they spell it as G-O-A. It means cave.
It's like Guha.
Guha. In Hindi, how we say Guha, same thing.
And lava, I think, is bats. So
bats.
It's actually a bats cave temple.
Okay.
So, as you can see here, there are a lot of bats in this cave. And this is the temple. These are the places where they worship. And before starting this video, I just wanted to say one thing. See, this is the difference between, I think, Hindu religion and the other religions. Here, there are at least maybe 10,000 or more bats here. And the people who go to these temples, they worship the bats also, and they take care of them by feeding them fruits, bananas and all. So they don't move out at all. These bats are always here. And all the people who go to these temples, they have feelings for these bats. Unlike some other countries where, they eat bats and put themselves as well as the whole world in danger. So that is one good thing about Bali and the Hindu culture.
There are thousands of them inside. And it's a huge cave. They're all upside down, hanging. And they're called mouse bats because the tip of their mouth is shaped like a mouse. So they're called mouse bats.
And this temple, you're supposed to go in the traditional dress. So as soon as we went there, we were caught and wrapped in that sarong. And this is the temple which was built, I was told, about 2,000 to 3,000 years back. Now, what happens is you meaning anyone, can have a look at the temple from outside, but nobody is allowed to go inside the temple, except in Bali we found one more thing is that every village has a temple, village temple, and only the people staying in that village are allowed inside, because Anwala Mantati, especially if somebody is from South Canara, you will know that if you go to temples, let's say Udupi Krishna temple, all those Brahmins will not allow you to. They maintain not social distancing, religious distancing always. So they will never, they tani nao netati vesti anini sunetati, and you are not supposed to go near them. Forget 6 feet, maybe 15 feet, if given the choice. So same way here, these people, Tangala ek priest asta, and the priest takes the families, if they have any religious functions or any puja they're planning, then the priest takes them inside. Unless the priest is with you, you cannot enter. Even the village, even if they belong to the same village, they will not be allowed inside. At least that's what we are told. So this is actually a temple which, as Sheela explained, is the cave, a bat cave of the bats, but also the temple next to this. All these.
There were many of them.
Gudi Mantati. So those are also part of another ritual. I mean, this is basically a temple which is used for performing last rites. In the sense, they bring the body in here and then they perform the puja, and then, you know, all the of course they take the body to the crematorium, being Hindus, but just like आम्ही 12 दिवस शीतशिखरण करतात, the same way they have certain rituals they perform for, I think, for a week or so, and those rituals are performed in this temple. So there are certain type of temples which are you know, sort of assigned to this last rites, pujas. So again here, if you see, you know, this is the main temple where those pujas are performed, but nobody can go inside except the priest and the family of the person whose the last rites are being performed. Right. No, I'm just waiting. Okay. Okay, now let us go to the, I mean, we started driving into the city, and then while driving by car, we came across a department store installed on a moped. If you can, as you can see, you know, there is a moped and there is a big collection of goods, toys, household goods, you know, even some cases, even the cosmetics, anything needed for day-to-day life, you know, this person carries on his moped and goes from village to village and sells off these things. So in this case, instead of people going to the departmental store comes to their residence.
Yeah. And the best part is we don't get to see that person who is actually driving this moped, you know. It's a small type of scooter, but we don't get to see him at all because he's completely covered by all the goods that he wants to sell. So we followed him.
So he goes from village to village and stops at certain places and sells off his goods. I mean, I just, both of, okay, so let me stop this. You know, both of us thought that, you know, everyone, when you say Bali, people will cover just the temples or beaches or any other, you know, in some cases malls also. But we just wanted to talk about things which are sort of unusual. I mean, that's what we tried even with Australia and New Zealand, wherever possible. So here today also we are going to talk mainly, or at least try to talk about things which are unusual things which we notice. Now the next one is this is again a you know, tradition followed in Bali. Every family has a, first of all, temple inside their house. I mean, in their front yard or backyard, small temples, just like Ammi Kashi Tulshi Kat Davartati, especially in South Canada and all. Tulshi Kat Davartati Tajarek Tulshi Turlaunu Puz Kartati and Sagra once in a week or so. Whereas Hangal, they have regular temples, I mean, small size depending on their property size, of course, but they have idols of different gods installed there, and then every morning they perform pujas there, and that is what we found, you know, compared to, even we say India is a Hindu country and you know, people are very religious, but if you see the way these Bali people practice Hindu religion, that is something which, you know, you'll really admire, because as I said, in every house there is a temple, And I think twice or thrice in a day they perform puja, morning and evening at least. And then also, if you what you see on the right here is a temple again. And as you can see, just like India, there are flags outside the temple. And these temples also, they perform just like, in Muslims perform namaz 3 or 5 times in a day. It's the same way at every temple also there is puja thrice a day, and most of the people visit temples. I mean, not only for temples in their house, but also visit the village temples. Every village has a temple like this. They visit them at least once in a day. And this picture that we have is, it's a couple traveling by motorbike. And if you see, the lady sitting at the back has a basket on her head, which, again, they both of them take bath and then carry this basket. And this is again a daily ritual in the mornings. And that basket, if you, I mean, as we go closer, you will be able to see.
We were also told by our driver that I believe it's a very heavy basket because it has loads of fruits and flowers, garlands, and 3 ki 4 coconuts. And that too, the coconuts, they are not de-husked, they have the whole husk is around the coconut. And he was telling us that they have this ritual almost every day.
Not almost, every day.
Every day, yeah, every day. And the lady sits at the back of the husband, and she holds it on the head, like that, till they reach the temple. And even the dress she wears, the top you can see, it's common to all the ladies. They have
it's a traditional.
Yeah, it's a tradition that they have a belt-like thing around the waist, and only this dress is worn when they go to the temple. And that quite, excited us, because as he was explaining, we saw so many scooters passing by with that thing on the head, and even their dress was so similar.
See, here you can see what is there on the
closer view.
Yeah. This, I mean, something like Toran type ekasa. And then these baskets contain fruits and flowers. And on top, again, they keep some, I think, naivedya. So they cook something and take it to the temple and offer to the god. And that is as you can see here, this couple is going this way. There are few more here. And from the opposite direction also, you can see,
the couples
coming
in the opposite.
And sometimes, of course, I think that 2 sisters or maybe daughter and mother, whoever, but they always visit temple early in the morning, offer all these items to God, and then go to work. And this one is, as you can see, they are going in both directions, because as I said, sometimes there are more than one temple in a village, and it's like designated temple, in the sense the priest has to authorize you to visit that temple. So that's why, one couple is going in this direction, then the other people are going in these directions, although they may be staying near that temple, but they have to
come in the opposite
visit the place where they are supposed to be, they are assigned to. So we followed this couple. I mean, they were going in the same direction. So, we followed. And okay, one more thing, I'll just stop this. Is this, see, this is a temple here on the right. And Haka, Toran, just like in our Indian temples, outside they put Amba Panada, Torana, or anything else, just to indicate to the people that there is a temple here. So this is the traditional, we found that Balinese Toran. Every temple has this thing hanging outside.
Yeah.
Maybe just to also let people know that there is a temple here, or just for religious reasons. We
and
don't
they
know.
are also the flags that they have. Yeah. They have a multicolored, and from a distance only you can make out, the temple is here. So you don't have to keep searching. From a distance itself, you can make out that the temple is approaching. Yeah, here, see here it's very clear. Right in the middle of the road.
And see, now this couple are, oh, these are both ladies actually. Yeah, so these people are now waiting to get into the temple here, and see, this seems to be comparatively larger temple, because that is also, we were told that, is the indication as to how many numbers of these torrents also signify the importance and the size of the temple. So see here, now this our friends are going here into the temple, in this temple, and this looks like a big temple, and they are going to offer this. And outside the temple, there is a stage-like thing where, there's some Davagal Murti Davarlastati, and this is where they offer, they have this puja also thrice in a day. Once early in the morning at between 8 and 9 o'clock, then at noon, and then in the evening after 7 o'clock. And one more thing I want to point out here is, when this puja, the puja timings are fixed, and when the puja is going on, the puja starts, all the radio stations and the TV stations stop their regular programs, TV channels, stop their regular programs and, broadcast these bhajans or puja chantings, mantra, and all of them, because when we were driving, we found, our driver had put some music on in the car, and then suddenly the music stopped and Pujach mantra we started hearing. So that is another, very, very traditional thing in Bali. So that also shows their devotions towards their culture and their temples and all. So this is about the temples and the Hindu culture in village, at village level. Then we, the first big temple that we visited is a place known as Tanalot. It's actually, yeah, it's a temple which is on the seashore.
Built on a rock.
Built on a rock in the middle of the sea, actually, not in the distant, not in the middle of the ocean. What I mean is it's near the shore, but somewhat like, Haji Ali of Bombay, where you can, only during the low tide, you can walk through and get into the temple. Otherwise, the path gets submerged at high tide. And as you can see here, this is the meaning of the Tanalat.
Actually, it is like a U-shaped rock, It's yeah. So this is one end of the U where there is one temple, and
this is the main temple.
This is the main temple, and during high tide, that rock which connects this this is where we land first, and then we get down the steps, and then we go on this rock to go to this temple. But our driver was saying that during high tide, and this whole rock here in the middle, the connecting one, gets submerged in water. So people have to pray from here. So you just can't reach the temple. But luckily, on the day when we went, the rock was visible and we could even see the people approaching the temple. Of course, we didn't go there, but...
no, the reason we didn't go is because the high tide was just starting, as I think we'll show in the next picture. And the rock was just getting submerged. Okay, this is the other end of the U. Yeah. There is a
Shiva temple.
Shiva temple. I mean, they call him Mahesh. They don't say Shiva or Ishwar, you know, as like they call it Mahesh.
Mahesh.
So this was a Mahesh temple. The other one was on this side, like this. And this is a very beautiful sort of a promenade. You can say, you know, you can walk from here to here, and it's very beautiful in terms of, you know, it's very scenic. And then also, at least Sheela found a lot of plants here which were of interest, which
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know ABC of that. So, but she spent most of more time, you know, looking at the plants also.
Yeah, because for me, being a botany student, I was more interested in watching the plants, and all these plants, you know, they are of the tropical type, which we find maybe a few of them we have seen in Hawaii, but that interested me more. And also this temple was very beautiful because, you know, the rock which you can see there, here, that below that there is one small opening, so even a tiny boat can go below it, you know. So that view attracted us very much, and all the tourists who go to Bali, they are taken here.
Yeah, so this is, see, this is the original temple, and the other side, this is the Mahesh temple.
Yeah, one is to the left and one is to the right, like.
Yeah. And both these temples are again, we're told it's about 5,000 years old. See, this is the place where, you know, if you see at the back, that is where, you know, people are crossing, but here already the water has started
Rising,
covering with the, yeah. So we didn't go there. And it's very scenic place actually.
yeah, we spent almost half the day there.
Yeah. And half the day walking. I mean, I think, yeah, see, this is the Mahesh temple. Sorry, I think we'll just go back.
Yeah.
This is the Mahesh temple with all the, I mean, even these statues, we were told, are about 3,000-4,000 years old. And this looks like, I mean, it's facing the other way, but it looks like the Ganesha.
Ganesha, yeah.
All the temples we found there were mainly temples of Mahesh and Ganpati, Ganesha as they call. And again, we couldn't get in here because we are not supposed to. Only the authorized devotees, authorized devotees can enter.
Main tanni anwale mantati, so they are very particular about that.
And whatever we wanted to offer, we can just, you know, keep here, and then the priest will come and take this and offer to the god inside. So this is again some more views of the original Tana Lord temple. See.
Oh yeah, this is one type of huge. It's a huge lizard, almost 1.5 feet.
No, this
2
was
feet, right?
5 feet nearly.
This one? Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
If you see the
tail,
because
it has a very long tail.
Tail also.
So it belongs to the salamander family, and they just keep roaming around there. They are very harmless, but the size was really, really amazing. And some people were even feeding them. And at nights, they make a very peculiar sound. You know, India and to lizard, you know, the type of sound they make, the same thing, but multiplied by 5 times. So they make a very loud sound. And you know, they are very harmless, and they come close to you, they eat from your hand, but we get scared because of the size.
Actually, even at the resort where we stayed, there was a breakfast hall, and there were 4 or 5 of them on the ceiling.
Yes.
We could hear them and also, you know, see them move sometimes. but they never came down. So
Yeah. Because the lady who was serving us food, she used to tell us in her Balinese what they say for that, that lizard-like thing, but we couldn't follow her. And she says they are regular visitors to the breakfast hall, but we were so scared that they will drop on our table or something, but not a single day did they fall down.
and see, this is the sort of close-up of this temple, and you walk this way and then get in and see there are few vigrah mantat nahi, the murti hanga. See, wherever these kind of umbrellas are there, that is where there are idols hanga, sir. Then also here, and then you go up the steps, and here is the main temple. Of course, we didn't go there, so I don't know which murti khancha shirmani bitari. And even from, okay, this is
this is the magnolia flower. In layman's, they say Chinese champak mantati. It's where champe mantati, the Chinese champe. But this we found all over Bali, and it's in beautiful colors also. And they're always double shaded. If the petals are pink on the outside, they are purple with in the center, and these are white with yellow in the middle. And everywhere you find this, and the ladies who go to the temples make a garland of these flowers, and they carry it to offer to God.
Yeah, and now as I told you, Sheela was very much interested in flora and fauna and all, and we walked nearly 4 to 5 miles. So she continued with her research, but I found a friend, philosopher, and guide. So with whom I could sit and take some rest, and also he explained to me further things about Tanala. Okay, the next step was this Ubud. That is a city.
Almost like a downtown.
Yeah, there is a small city known as Ubud. There's a mountain also, right? Yeah, Ubud. And this Ubud is famous for all handicrafts. And
it's a beautiful place, very crowded, but it's almost like downtown of Bali. And the first place we come after we come out of the Denpasar airport. The Bali airport is called Denpasar, and once we drive out of Denpasar, the first town we see is Ubud, which is like a downtown. And this is very famous for all the handicrafts of Bali and all the famous most
and furniture also.
Yeah, furniture and everything, whatever they manufacture is in this town, Ubud. And one thing we found was their homes are converted into their business centers, like as you for example, here behind the Ganpati statue, you find a house which is actually the he's the artisan, the very famous artisan. I can't remember his name, but he's very famous in Bali. And Tagale Chighara, which is a huge mansion converted into the boutique like, and where he has about 40-50 painters and carpenters who do all the carvings and all. So we were taken to this place. So one of their creations is just behind me.
They make all the statues and all also. So we spent nearly more than 2 hours here at this place.
They have very beautiful paintings. And anybody who is interested in painting, you can even buy it. Only thing is they are very, very costly.
Okay, and then from there we went to this temple known as Goa Gaja, meaning elephant cow. Of course, Gaja is, even we say Gaja for elephants, and this is Guha actually, not Goa. Just like we say Guha, it's between Guha and Goa.
Yeah.
That is how they pronounce it. And this is the temple, which is very famous, which is actually, you know, from the road you climb down, and there is a big climb down about maybe 500 feet, and then there is a temple complex, and just outside it, there is a waterfall also.
And here there is,
yeah.
No, you didn't. That's the Udkal Buddha.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, here you see the tank-like thing. Of course, the water was not that clean, but all the tourists, you know, they dip themselves because, you know, the day was very sultry and hot.
No,
And also because, no, the tourists
yeah.
who are Britishers and, you know, other people, they went there thinking, you know, it's a cooling place. But actually, these Hindu people, they go there and just, you know, rinse themselves before entering the temple, just to cleanse themselves, like. So
just like
here you see 3 statues, 1, 2, 3, and from their hand as a potter, and from that, you know, the water keeps dripping down, and it gets, you know, the water gets circulate, you know, it gets rinsed and cleaned, and again it's recycled, like.
And all this was designed, we were told, 1,000 years back.
Yeah.
So this circulation of water and all that was designed about 1,000 years back. And just like, you know, in South Canada and all, we that is how people do it here also. And this is the temple of Ganesha.
In the center.
In the center. Ganesha, this temple is Ganesha temple. And if you go inside, here we were allowed to go inside. And okay, this is the main entrance
of the Elephant Cove.
Yeah, this is the main entrance of the temple.
And it was very dark inside.
Yeah, and once you go inside, you will see, yeah. See, this is the main idol of Ganesha. And also, in another room, there is these are the statues of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. And these again are thousands of years old. All the temples, they are thousands of years old. And this was the only temple where we were allowed to go near the idol and pray. In most of the other temples, we were not allowed to get in also. And these are all the, again, stupa, yeah, from thousands of years old. See, and
here the roof which you see here, you know, it looks more or less like cement with a black paint, but it is not cement. It is the fiber of the trees which are here. You know, these trees, they are like coconut palms, but they remove some fiber and they weave it together, and then I believe this roof is completely made from that leaf, because initially
cool.
Yeah, and it gives a very cool feeling. You know, you don't need fans also, so that gives the cooling effect inside the temple. So that was one thing which amazed us really, because I thought it was cement, but it is not cement
or rock. I mean, it not looks like rock also.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Yeah. We were, after we crossed Ubud, after we crossed the town of Ubud, he wanted to take us to a place which was well known for tourists. And on the way, we were shown this Mount Agung. It's AGUNG, and it is the tallest mountain in Bali, which is 9,950 feet above sea level. And it is, I believe, the most dangerous mountain because because it is unstable and unpredictable. Even on June 13th of last year, there was a volcanic eruption, and all the houses in that area, they were asked to evacuate and all. So this is, of course, when we drive, it looks very beautiful, but the driver was saying we can't go close to the mountain because there are poisonous gases still erupting, even though it is more than 1 year, there are poisonous gases.
No, even when we went a couple of years before that, it had erupted. So it had, those gases near the mountain.
Yeah, we went when 2015, we went in 2015, but he was saying, though it erupted, even 2 years before we went, that area was cordoned because there are a lot of poisonous gases there.
But this drive, there was some kind of Indian influence, you can say.
These are the rice terraces, because the water should stand at one place for the rice saplings. So they make some steps like terraces, Mantati. And this is quite common in Bali. As you drive through the city, you can see this view in many, many places. And these are rice plantations.
But that's why, they are very green and very beautiful. I think when we were driving nearly for 45 minutes, both sides were covered like this. So, it's very pleasing and you feel relaxed just by looking at them. And that's why I'm calling this close to nature, and these are cauliflower.
This is a cabbage.
Cabbage.
Cabbage plantations. Yeah. This is the place where we arrived. It's called the spa, the Batur Natural Hot Spring. And this is the place where, you have these hot springs, just like we found in Napa, the same type. But here the tourists come because, when you have some complaints like backache, arthritis, mainly arthritis, these springs, it's a huge pond with the hot water, and people sit there for hours together, where they say you get a relief from the pain because these the hot springs, they are medicinal in value. And
they say, but even I can say, because I spent nearly 1.5 hours in that water, and really it was much more relaxing, and all the back pain I had disappeared at least for a couple of days.
And that hut which you can see at the back, that's the place where they have the massage center, and I had a body massage there.
Again, for the back pain.
Mainly for the back pain.
It's something like Kerala,
Yeah, Kerala, similar to Kerala, yes.
Whatever spa and massage centers they have, Ayurvedic massage centers they have in Kerala. Same way, here also there was Ayurvedic.
Correct. Ayurvedic oils were used.
Yeah. So we almost felt as if we are traveling in India, because of except for the language, we couldn't understand a word of it. But other than that, it was all Indian culture, Indian food.
Yeah.
Now this is the resort we were staying in. So
it was called Rama Candidasa. Rama Candidasa. And this is facing the ocean. This is the dining hall. And as we dine, we can see the ocean also.
Yeah, just 1 minute.
Yeah.
This is what, I was talking about. This is our
huge
breakfast lounge. And, all these places are near the ceiling where those
salamander like lizards.
And they used to make a lot of noise, but never came down or bothered us. And see, this was our ocean facing resort with a lot of, greenery also, and just as, like everywhere, outside was the statue of Rama on the intersection. And this was
the lady who used to serve us, in the buffet. If we missed any food, serving any food or fruit or anything, she would come and check our plate and she would say, why are you not tasting this? And, for the first time I was seeing a fruit called the dragon fruit. And somehow, I thought it was not very tasty. I had not served it in my plate, but she saw to it that I tasted it. So she almost became like a friend to us.
And these are the different, see, this is the place where it's sort of a promenade, and then there was a place to sit. So after, like here, and after full day of travel, we could come and relax here.
Yeah.
So this is the resort we spent 1 week in.
And the promenade was almost 2 miles, from the resort. We could go right up to the end of the promenade and come back. So it was almost like a night walk for us.
And very relaxing.
Very relaxing, yes.
Okay, so that was our stay in, of course, there were so many other things, but as I said, we mentioned only whatever we thought were unusual things, not the usual story about beaches or malls or any other casinos or anything. So then it was time for us to go out of Bali. So I'll play this video. This is on the way to the airport. We had to pay the toll to cross this bridge to go to the airport. And this is the airport. Again, very beautiful.
Beautiful.
And all.
Main thing is the architecture was awesome.
So we said goodbye to our driver, who was very kind to us. And then, this, I just want to say that that lady, actually the one good feature we found is that every airport, at the airline counters, when you're waiting at the gate, you're waiting for your flight, these ladies used to come and dance.
Yeah.
So the waiting for a plane was not a boring task like in US airports. You just wait. I think our flight was after 45 minutes. So we spent 45 minutes watching these 2-3 ladies dance.
Yeah. And very elegant dance also.
Balinese dance.
Yeah, the Balinese dance.
And this was a Balinese painting.
This was the painting.
At the airport. Yeah. Okay, and then we got the flight out of Bali actually.
To Kuala Lumpur.
I just wanted to include this video, because if you see the airport also, they're also traditionally, the architecture is traditional Hindu. And then, of course, we were very, we're not very happy to leave Bali, but, it was very, in terms of, for financial reasons, it was not worth continuing there also.
Of course, we stayed with our points there.
Points, yeah, vacation points, but normally it is.
Even the beaches are very clean, and they take very good care of their beaches.
So this was Bali. And then from Bali, we flew to Kuala Lumpur, but again, there was no direct flight. We flew from Bali to Singapore and Singapore to Kuala Lumpur. So let's go to the...
Just 1 minute. There's a question in the chat window. Someone missed the earlier part of the presentation, and she observed that it was not too crowded. So she's asking which month of the year was this trip?
We went in December. November, December.
Yeah, it was almost around Christmas time. And luckily, what happened is, just to answer the question, see, we selected a resort which was on the southeast part of the island, where the tourists are, scattered like. So, because there are a lot of resorts in the southeast seashore, based just along the parallel to the seashore, and we were told that the concentration of the tourists in that area is less, so we opted for a resort which was not in Ubud area, because if you go and find for yourself a resort in Ubud, you feel as though you're living in some downtown with lots of people around. We didn't want that. We wanted to relax mainly. So we selected Rama Candidasa. So it was awesome. Really, it was awesome.
It was less crowded, but
less crowded.
One, I won't call it negative, but the con was, we were talking about all the pros so far, but now cons, one of the thing was the distance to some of the sites, tourist sites. We had a car reserved for the full week, but time-wise, every morning, every day we had to spend maybe one hour in the morning to drive to the place where we wanted to go and 1 hour to come back. Okay.
Sorry, two more questions. One was from Uma. She was asking, "Kitty divas ashin munhanga Bali into
one full week.
Was that enough? That's my question.
I don't think. Whatever time you spent will be enough for Kedar and you and Kunal and Kushi.
No, but I think it was enough because we got to see all the major attractions. Most of the attractions he covered, and he would come to our resort to pick us up very early and he had told us well in advance that, all our destinations were slightly to the south or to the west of the island. So we were at the southeast, which is the opposite side. So he said, every day I will come a bit early so that we don't waste time in traveling.
Kedar, Kedar, I have a question. Up to what is the timing? Up to what time?
3:30.
3:30. Okay. Yeah, Preeti. One more question.
Yeah, quick question, sorry. That every day the matar घेऊन येतात पर fruits, so they offer it to God, right? In temple antu.
Yeah. आम्ही कशी
नारळू
केळी घेऊन येतात पळेरांत घालून in south mainly. Tashichi.
Only thing is, this is on top of the head they carry, and it's not a paleru. It is a huge basket, and they have certain areas in that basket. This one particular area is for fruits, one is for vegetables. Magir ghar thano tani ek naividya kon vartati. And it's a very shiny vessel, and especially if you are driving behind that couple, they have a beautiful, I don't know whether it's silver or steel. Anyway, it was that shining, and also we asked the driver, he said, mainly it is some kheer or paisam or something like that.
And one more thing, if you have noticed, these ladies just keep it on their head. They don't touch it. It's balanced, even when they're sitting on the two-wheelers.
Yeah.
Salva, you have any other question?
Any other questions? By the way, anyone can unmute and ask her. You can just be free.
Otherwise, we'll go to
Fine.
Kuala Lumpur. Okay, this was, we were getting out of, Bali, and then we flew to, as I said, to Singapore, and from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur. And then the main thing in Kuala Lumpur is, of course, the Petronas Towers, the Twin Towers. So we wanted to visit that first. So this is the entrance to.
Yeah. One thing before he goes to Petronas Towers, I wanted to say that we stayed at Hilton at Kuala Lumpur, which was very, very close to this Petronas Towers. Right.
So this is the sort of lobby of and this is the model. This is not that. These are not the actual towers. These are the models which are kept in this. And if people who have followed, who are following Narendra Modi, remember that in 2014 he used to address election rallies at 50 places at the same time through a hologram, right? So the same thing here. When you enter this the Twin Towers, just before you get into the elevator, there's a room where you are taken to, and there is a lady who comes in, just appears and gives you security instructions.
This is actually a hologram where she explains about the security and the safety factors.
And this is what you saw just now. That is, we are going up in the elevator. And as you climb on the
41st floor and the 42nd floor, you have the sky observation. You have the sky bridge.
Connecting the two towers.
Actually it is the two towers like this, and in the middle you have a sort of bridge which connects both the towers, and that is called the sky bridge, and it is almost 195 feet distance.
This is the, if you can see on the screen, I don't know whether you can see, in our collage, it was the picture, the two towers are connected by a bridge.
That's called the sky bridge.
Sky bridge. And you want to say about
it? Yeah, and that is almost 195 feet long. And
see, this is when we are climbing, and we just reached the sky bridge. So this is the height from the 41st floor.
41st floor, and then some people are taken to the 42nd floor.
It's a two-story bridge.
It's a double decker like
bridge.
Yeah.
Between the two towers that connects. See, this is the bridge that we are talking about. And this is the view from there, of course. And there is a
Surya KLCC Park.
See, this is there is a sort of entertainment park near the theme park, actually.
Yeah, it's a theme park which is having a lazy river and yeah. So all the tourists, you can spend the whole day there. Yeah, about the sky bridge, I wanted to give a little bit of information. That is, the sky bridge is located on the 41st and the 42nd floor, and till 2008, it was considered the tallest twin towers in the world. which was later taken away by another tower which came up in Taipei, and the name of that building was called Taipei 101, which exceeded this Petronas Towers. But even then, it says that the Petronas Towers is still considered the tallest tower because they are twin towers. You know, they are twin towers, and whereas the other tower which exceeds in height is a single tower. So, you know, they have kept that importance for Petronas still, you know. So that is the importance. And also they say that this full building stands at 1,485 feet, the 7th largest now in the world. And the other name in Malay language for Petronas Towers is Menara Petronas or Menara Berkembar Petronas. And it was the construction started in 94, ended in, inauguration was in 98, and up to 2004, it was considered the tallest, and it has total of 88 floors above the ground, and below the ground, you have 5 floors. And in those 5 floors, you have a beautiful, beautiful, you know, mall where the best, you know, the best stalls and the best boutiques are there. So you can spend the whole day there. Like, it's very beautiful. You don't have to buy, you just keep looking, you know, window shopping, like, it's very beautiful. And up to the 41st and 42nd floor, you have one particular lift which leaves you at the Sky Bridge. And then from the 42nd floor up to the 86th floor, there is another elevator that takes you to the 86th floor. And there it is called the observation deck, from where you can get view, 360-degree view. And it's so beautiful because you can see the whole of Kuala Lumpur. Actually, you can see right up to the horizon. That is very nice.
And as far as the lift, I mean, what they call lifts or what we call here elevators, they move very, very fast. And you know, the whole journey from, and while coming down, we came down straight from the observation deck to the ground floor. So from 88 to 0 took only 45 seconds. The lifts or elevators travel at a speed of 20 feet per second.
Blink of an eye.
So, Ami, dal palak chimantati, or you know, if you blink once, by the time you blink once, the elevator has traveled 20 feet. So that's the speed, and you will see in the video from the expression of some of my close relatives how fast it is. Okay, anyway, this is from the top. This is from the Sky Bridge. Okay, I think one point you have to explain is that about the Sky Bridge being not connected to
yes. Yeah, one more point about the Sky Bridge is, you know, it is constructed in such a way that, you know, there is a A-shaped concrete structure, which is like this, which is attached to the 2 towers. In between the 2 towers, you have like this A shape. Those are the only 2 concrete slabs which are connected
holding the bridge,
which are connected to the 2 tall towers. Whereas, you know, the observation deck and also the Sky Bridge, they are not at all connected to the towers.
Buildings.
This is something really amazing because they say that the Sky Bridge goes, you know, almost like, you know, like a cradle. You know, it goes into the building and comes out, you know, like that. You know, you don't feel it when you are on the bridge. And you don't feel it. But they say it is not at all. The 2 towers are like this, and you know, there is a sort of gap here, and into that gap, this Sky Bridge goes inside, and it's such a marvel, actually.
It doesn't touch the building.
It doesn't touch the building. It doesn't touch the building. That is a real wonder. And we should feel proud because the architect was an American citizen called Caesar Zalli, and he was an Argentinian-born architect, but he got the citizenship of USA. And just last year, he died at the age of 92.
And this, as we just said, the bridge moves, it doesn't touch the building. And also we are told that the whole tower, the twin towers, they can sway up to 2 meters.
On a windy day.
On a windy day.
Yeah. And they can even withstand a hurricane. This is the park as viewed from top.
From the bridge.
Yeah.
See, this is the sky bridge.
Yeah.
If you, as you can see on both sides, there are doors, but they don't touch, the bridge doesn't touch the building, tower. Then we of course started going up, going to the observation deck.
So you can see in one of the pictures, can you see that concrete slab? Yeah, this one. This is the observation deck.
And this is the sky bridge. So this, we are climbing up to go to the observation deck, and this is the view of one tower from the other.
Yeah, you can take from one tower, you can take the picture of the next tower.
We are on the observation deck now, and then going down. So now you watch for the expressions, okay? This is of course the view of one tower from the other. Okay, I'll stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait. No, sorry, I think. Give me a minute.
Also, was it raining? The पाऊस येताल का? The glass in
drizzling. It was drizzling, and we were well above the clouds also.
And this is okay. No. Wait. This is a Hello Malaysia tower. All the noise is, of course, I mean, it was full of visitors.
And lots of kids also.
This is the view from the top. As you can see, the clouds are below us. Okay. See this, actually, that is the building you see in the middle. That is the Hilton we were staying in.
The Hilton where we were staying. Yeah.
This is the double tree here, Hilton double tree, where we were staying, and this was our room, and from there we could see the towers, and now from the tower we are seeing our hotel. So this is all from the top. Now, we want to give some information about the spirals.
Yeah, I'll also give some information about the two masts which were above the, this one. You know, that you can see the spire at the top. This one. This is the spire which you can see on top of the
East Tower.
East Tower.
East Tower.
And the two masts, they say each one is 241 feet tall, and it has three parts. The spire, it's that the two masts, they say, are 241 feet long, and it has got three separate parts. The topmost part is called the spire, which has those lights that warns, you know, the aeroplanes which are arriving that Petronas towers. So the spires have those bulbs. And then the middle part is called the mast ball, and the lowermost part is called the ring ball. And I believe these spires were outsourced to Japan and Korea. And each one was weighing about 175 tons. So they were carried from Japan to Kuala Lumpur that is, they were mainly manufactured in Japan. And they are responsible for increasing the height of the two towers. Yeah.
And this is the sky bridge. See, now we are going down. This is the elevator. And if you have any relatives in this video, you can watch their expressions. Fun, just for fun. No, this is really fast. As I said, it's about, it took only 45 seconds for us to reach the ground floor from the 88th floor. These are just the models which are kept in the lobby. And this is that Hello Malaysia Tower which we were saying. Now we are coming to this mall which we were talking about.
This is the mall which is on the ground.
Hey, just 1 minute. 1 minute.
See, this is the picture where you can see the A-shaped.
1 minute, let me just go back. Yes, I'll just stop it here. I'll stop it. Yes, I'll stop it. Okay.
Yeah, this is the slab I was talking about. This one, this is the slab. This is the only part, you know, it's almost like a A shape like this. And that is the amazing part of this architecture, because it is said that those two slabs are the only parts which touch the two Petronas towers, whereas the horizontal bridge, it does not touch the construction at all. You know, it is just like it just slides, like, you know, even on a windy day, it will not touch the main tower. They are just like two towers with a gap in the center here, huge, and this, it goes in and out like that. So that was really amazing.
So, and this is the lighting in the evenings of the towers.
The whole tower is lit up. And this picture was taken from the gardens.
For me, the problem was, you know, how to cover both the towers in the same frame, and which I tried, but I couldn't. So, just 1 minute. I think give me. this is the only time I could get the maximum coverage of the twin towers within a frame. Because they're so tall that, you know, even though that area surrounding that is quite huge, still you cannot cover the whole, both the towers in a frame. And I am not a selfie expert, so please don't look critically on my selfies. And all this was after the towers were closed for visitors, so you could watch from outside. Shit. कसे जातस?
The resume slideshow करतोय मध्ये
Right. But then it goes to the beginning. That's what. I think it is because of the size, because this whole, because I embedded the videos in the,
Why?
it's actually, you know, freezing in between. Anyway, this was a Vivekananda ashram next to the Petronas Towers. Batu Caves we missed, me. Okay, now let us look at the Batu Caves video, which is next place we visited. Now this is again, you know, in a Muslim country, a place where, you know, they strictly and follow the Hindu religion, because we found a place like, you know, we have Matunga in Mumbai. This was the place where there were a lot of Tamilians, and they had this Murugan
Statue.
temple, which is on the in a cave on top of this mountain. I mean, and in front of that, they had built this huge statue of Murugan. And you climb up the stairs. There are 272 steps, very steep. And then once you reach the top, there is a huge cave in the middle of the mountain, and the actual Murugan temple is inside the cave. So we'll see all that.
Behind the statue, you can see the people climbing the steps, which is about 272 in number.
This video was taken by our driver. So
it is not Batuk Caves, it is BATU.
yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, that's my mistake. It's Batu Caves.
Batu.
And these are the steps you climb. You know, they're quite steep, and there are 272 of them. And see, this is the sort of
Main entrance.
Main entrance. And by the time you reach top, I mean, climbing 272 steps takes about 40 minutes. And by the time you are on top, you have already exhausted all your energy. So that is the good time to take Murugan's darshan and ask for recharge. So this is the cave. See, all your energy is already gone.
And it was a very, very hot day also.
Yeah, that's the thing. Outside, it's very, very hot, but
and surprisingly, all the people there, you know, they talk Tamil.
Okay, this is the cave. After climbing those 272 steps, you enter into this cave.
Yeah, here you can see the actual depth, you know. That is the cave, which is dark. The dark part is the cave. So we are yet to go there. Here also you have lot of bats flying around, and also you have lot of monkeys, but they don't, you know, they are not yeah, they're very friendly. They come and take fruits from your hand. And the funny part was, you know, when you're climbing the steps, you're sweating and you feel so hot. In fact, throughout the 272 steps, I was fanning myself with a paper fan and a handheld fan, sorry. And once we go up, you know, where the actual temple is, there it is almost like a air-conditioned room, you know. So it was very beautiful.
This is the cave. Sorry, it freezes every time because of the size. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Now, this is the first level where you reach. Then again, you have to climb another some 50 steps to reach the Murugan temple.
This is inside the cave. Inside the cave you climb again, and as you can see, on
the ceiling of the cave has got a huge hole where you get ventilation light, and also sunlight comes in. That is the most you know, nice part about that cave. You have from outside it looks like as though it's very dark, but when you enter the cave, it is lit up. Yeah, that is the Murugan, actual Murugan temple where the puja is performed. Yeah, here when puja was performed.
We have the video. Check. I think every time it tries to, you know, refresh the matter, it freezes. Because the total, since I included the videos in this, the total size was around 1.8 gigabytes. So maybe that's the reason. I think we should have split.
When you see the caves from outside, you can't tell it's so huge inside, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even, you know, the opening on the top, this is actually halfway through the mountain, this cave.
And even these trees which you can see, on those you have these monkeys. they just wait for the fruits from your hand.
Is there an entrance fee?
No.
Yes, the base. Yeah, we have.
No. There was no entrance
No?
fee.
Oh.
This is a regular temple, so there is no entrance fee as such. Of course, after going on top, you perform some puja, for which, if you want to perform any puja, then you have to obviously pay something for that.
Feeding the monkeys was like a game there. All the tourists were giving them fruits and having fun.
This actually was original construction was around 1850 when the cave, the idol was installed in the cave, and then they went on improving, like adding the, previously I think when it started there were no stairs, you had to climb up the mountain, and then the stairs were added, and then all the additional features were added every 10 years or so. And now that, other than the effort you need for climbing, it's very comfortable actually. See here, 1881 was that. 1881 was when it was the idol was installed, and then there were various modifications in 1950, 58, 2000, and after that, after we went again, there was another modification. This is the actual puja.
Done by a family there, and we got to witness that puja.
Traditional South Indian Abhishek.
These are the beautiful statues which are near the main entrance.
I'm sorry, I had to skip through because of the time. I don't want children to miss the bird show. So anyway, next to the Murugan statue was again a huge Hanuman statue, where again there were a lot of monkeys. This is not the monkey. This is, I was posing in front of the Hanuman. So that is about the Batuk caves. And this, as I said, this almost felt like Matunga with all our Malleshwaram, with all the garlands being sold.
Garlands were made.
And there were a few small temples also with other idols.
This is all on the same hill. All these temples, the Maruti temple. Yeah, this is
Now,
the bird show.
Yeah, now let's go to the bird show. This was in a bird sanctuary in Kuala Lumpur. And of course, there is a lady who will walk in and she will start talking. So you will have all the details.
Hello everyone. Hello, hi. How are you doing today? Is it good? Alright. Now, first of all, my name is Kallian and I'm your host for today, okay? Now, we start with a little info about Kallianpur Sept. Now, Kallianpur Sept was opened on 16 February 1991 and we are about 21 acres and housing more than 3,000 people from foreign and local. Now, let me introduce you my little friend here. His name is Coco. I will yellow name Amazon parrot. Now, Coco, can you say something to everyone here? Hi. Coco, say hi. Alright, Coco. Say hello to them. Hello. Good job, Coco. Say hello to everyone here. Alright, Coco. Now, Coco, I saw some pretty ladies here, Coco. Now, can you say something to the ladies? Hi. Good job, Coco. Say hi now, ladies. How about you guys? Say hi to Coco. Come on. Alright, Coco, they say hi to you, but Coco never bring their hi, right? Alright, now Coco, I saw some kids here, Coco. Can you say something crazy to the kids? Good job, they all agree. Hello from Coco. Now kids, say hello to Coco. Come on. Alright, now Coco, how are you feel today? Good or not? Good. Go, feel good. You don't feel good too, right? Alright, now Coco, if you feel good, you must feeling happy right now. How about show them your happy expression from your heart, alright? Good job. Coco is laughing. Now give a big hand to Coco here. Alright, now let's move on to the first performer for today. His name is Mr. Green. I will introduce our first contestant, Coco. Alright, Mr. Green want to say something to everyone. What is it? W-E-L-C-O-N-E. Welcome, Mr. Green. Just what do you want to come over and show? Oh, but not just that, okay? Mr. Green also want to show his acrobatic skill. But before that, Mr. Green, are you ready? Are you sure? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let's swing. No, Mr. Green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, now give a big hand to Mr. Green here as well as Coco. Thank you, guys. Now we sing for Alright, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go! First ring, second ring, good job, Violet. Thank you. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Trayman. Thank you, guys. Alright, now let's do something more interesting. Okay, now we are going to have a racing competition. Now what I have here is two bulls with some rings. Now I'm gonna to put these three rings here, and I need sugar. They are going to take these three rings and put back into the bulls. And whoever is finished first is the winner. Now please welcome our first competitor. His name is Ringo with Mr. Kasana. Now can I have our second competitor? His name is Popeye with Mr. Hussein. Alright, now before we start the race, I need a cheerleader from the audience. I'm going to divide you guys into two teams. Which team from here until to my right side, you are going to cheer for Popeye. Right, shout Popeye, Popeye, Popeye 3 times as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. Okay, right, from here until to my left side, cheer for Ringo, Ringo, Ringo 3 times, okay? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Alright, Sheila, are you ready? Alright, now guys, ready? On your mark, get set, and go! Come on, Popeye, come on, Ringo! Oh, Popeye, can you fast? Come on, Ringo! Come on, Popeye, come on, Ringo! Come on, Popeye, catch it! Come on, Popeye, come on, Ringo! Come on, Sheila! Popeye, second, and the winner is Ringo! Wow, Ringo is our winner! Alright, Popeye! Looks like our trainers is not certified. See, Ringo is cheating. Now, can you guys tell me? We are going to have a vote here now. Who thinks Ringo is cheating? Put your hand. Oh, it's okay. Alright, now, who thinks Ringo is technically smart? Put your hand. Wow, okay, bye-bye. See you again. Alright, Ringo, our winner, 3 rings all together. Wow, smart move. Right, Ringo? Alright, what we have for you, Ringo? Alright, we got a mini truck for Ringo. Alright, Ringo, come on. Say your engine. Vroom, vroom. Alright, Ringo, turn around. Vroom, vroom, Ringo. Come on, Ringo. Ringo? Oh, Ringo, what's wrong, Ringo? Ringo? Oh, Ringo just wants to change his engine. Ringo, everything okay? Alright, come on, continue your journey. Come on. Alright, Ringo. Vroom, vroom. Good job, Ringo. Good boy. You're behind Ringo here. Alright, now we are staying Ringo. And now please welcome Ringo best buddy. Her name is Shanti from Scala Marco. Wow, this is Shanti and she's so beautiful. Alright, what we have for Ringo and Shanti here? Oh, we got a sliding rope for Ringo and Shanti. Alright, now Ringo first. Okay, Ringo, slow and steady. Wait for Shanti, Ringo. Okay, come on. Wow, so cute. Now, Shanti, what your side? Come on. Oh, slide away. More cool, more stylish. Shanti, good job. You're behind your Ringo and Shanti here. Alright, thank you guys. Now, I will tell you for one more here. Oh, we got a wooden color block. Alright, now Poppy, we're going to rearrange back the wooden block according to the shape and color. Okay, Poppy, can you do that? Come on, Poppy. Green, yellow, blue, and red. Good job, but that was so easy. Poppy, let's try harder, okay? Now let's try with red first. Alright, Poppy. Green, blue, stop, Poppy. So easy. Take this first. Red, last one. Yellow, good job, Poppy. Good boy. Alright, Poppy, bye-bye. Now, please welcome our second removal. His name is Jody. Now, for Jody, we are going to test his eyesight, okay? What we have here is 3 empty balls and 1 wooden dice. First, second, third, and the dice. Alright. Now, for Jody, we are going to hide the wooden dice into one of the balls, and Jody, we're going to find it, okay? Jody? Jody. Alright. Jody. Are you focused, Jody? Okay. Okay, Jody, where is it? Wow, good job! One more time, okay. Now this time, Mr. Hussein, please have one faster, okay? One more time, okay? Jody, one more time. Jody? Alright. Jody, are you okay, Jody? Are you seeing it, Jody? Focus, Jody. Okay. Okay, Jody, where is it? Oh, good job! You got it correct. Alright, one more time. Hey, this time I need one volunteer from the audience. Anyone who wants to try? Come on. Yes. Okay, come here first. Now, what is your name? Zara. Zara, you are come from? Malaysia, right? Zara, come follow me. Alright, Zara, I want to show you 3 empty bowls, okay? First, second, third. And oh, the dice is Zara, please have for me any sound or smell? No. Oh, wait. Okay, now Zara, you are going to shuffle it, and after finish, push it into the front. Okay, but before that, Jody, look at here. Okay, now Zara, it's your turn. Jody, are you seeing? Jody, are you seeing, Jody? Jody. Alright, Jody. Push it there. Okay, one step back, Zara. Now, Jody, it's your turn. Now, let me blow. Come on, Jody, where is it? Good job, give it to Jody here. Nice, Zara, thank you. I have something for you, Zara. A gift from KAOCA. Thank you. Give me a Jody, Zara here. Now, please welcome our very smart birthday, Smarty. Okay, first one here, we are going to give 2 numbers to add up. First number come from the traders and second number come from the audience. But the total must not more than 15, 1, 5. Is it clear? Right, now Smarty, test the bell first. Okay? Alright, first number, bisa kasih 5. 5 plus 5. Alright, now one more time. Okay, this time 6 plus 7. 8. Now we are going to have a word here. Who goes with 7? Put out your hand. Who goes with 8? Put out your hand. So it's 7. Good job. 6 plus 7 equal to 13. Good job, Swati. You got it correct. I'll give you that to Swati here. Bye-bye, Swati. Come here, please. Dusty. This sounds spread here. Now, although we want to entertain everyone, but we also must to take care of wildlife and nature. Now, please welcome our last performer for today. His name is Q. Alright, Q. Now, keep memory. Good job. Alright, Q, got 2 more. Come on, Q. Good job. Now, Q, last one for today. Come on, Q. Alright, now give me a cheer here. Alright, now we have come to end our show. I would like to introduce once again our team of trainers. Thank you.
So in the interest of time, I'm skipping few videos. So it's already 3:35. So thank you everyone, and sorry about some of the glitches.
Thank you, Arun ma'am. Thank you, Sheela Bachi. Very nice presentation. Enjoyed it a lot. So anyone has questions? Or in our next presentation, we have Uma Hoskote and Dinkar Hoskote, who will be telling about New Mexico and Oregon. Any questions?
Enjoyed it a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was
And the
very
bird
good.
show mainly for the children.
That was very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really nice. I will watch the recording too, but was glad I was able to join. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Thank you, Ata. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you.